done then? This way. The torture room. Hear that? Come on.
No more! I yield! You've already healed! No more! You fellows haven't long just in time. These boys seemed a bit upset at how I've been entertaining their comrades.
You're an ass.
Going on? A dragon is attacking Helgen.
A dragon. Please, don't make up nonsense. Although, come to think of it, I did hear some odd noises coming from over there.
Come with us. We need to get out of here.
Yeah, first of all, we are going to loot everything.
No authority over me, boy.
Didn't you hear me? I said the keep is...
Oh, this has extra damage.
Attack.
Forget the old man.
Game is a bit quiet. Yeah, it's a bit quiet on my side too. Like, I have been messing with the audio levels for this. When I messed with the audio levels for this when I first recorded it. Basically, I did a recording of my own before I started the stream. And no matter how high I actually set the volume, this game is always super quiet. I don't know why. It's just, I cannot set it. Even for me right now, the game is very quiet. I cannot actually change that.
Fellow screamed for weeks.
See if you can get it open with some picks. We'll need everything we can get.
Sure, take all my things, please.
Yeah.
Grab what you can and let's go.
Dude, give me a minute. I'm currently figuring out some other stuff. But is it quiet as like inaudible quiet, or is it quiet as like just quiet, or a bit low? Because when I tested it, it was still understandable. It was just relatively quiet. Let me see. Can hear it, but it's low volume. Okay, I'll look at the VOD when we're done, because this game also crashes when I try to alt tab, so there's not much I can do right now. You can understand what they are saying, but like a room over. Okay. Can I equip this shield? Oh, but then I lose my weapon because my weapon is a two-handed. Got it. Yeah, well, if I have the choice between the shield and my weapon, I'm gonna pick my weapon. I'm just gonna take that with me. In case we can sell it. Brief History of the Empire. Part 1 by Stronach Ketorchi, Imperial Historian. Before the rule of Tiber Septim, all Tamriel was in chaos. The poet Thrasyces called that period of continuous unrest days and nights of blood and venom. The kings were a petty lot of grasping tyrants who fought Tiber's attempts to bring order to the land, but they were as disorganized as they were dissolute, and the strong hand of Septim brought peace forcibly to Tamriel. The year was 2E 896. The following year, the emperor declared the beginning of a new era. Thus began the third era. Oh, that's what the E stands for. Okay. Year Odd. For 38 years, the Emperor Tiber reigned supreme. It was a lawful, pious, and glorious age when justice was known to one and all, from serf to sovereign. On Tiber's death, it reigned for an entire fortnight, as if the land of Tamriel itself was weeping. The emperor's grandson, Pelagius, came to the throne. Though his reign was short, he was as strong and resolute as his father had been, and Tamriel could have enjoyed a continuation of the Golden Age. Alas, an unknown enemy of the Septim family hired that accursed organization of cutthroats, the Dark Brotherhood, to kill the Emperor Pelagius I as he knelt at prayer at the Temple of the One in the Imperial City. Pelagius I's reign lasted less than 3 years. What? Rip. Rest in peace, Pelagius. Pelagius had no living children, so the crown imperial passed to his first cousin, the daughter of Tiber's brother Agnorif. Oh, nice. Women can inherit here. That's cool. Kintira, former queen of Silvanar, assumed the throne as Kintira I. Her reign was blessed with prosperity and good harvests, and she herself was an avid patroness of art, music, and dance. Kintira's son was crowned after her death and the first emperor of Tamriel to use the imperial name Uriel. Uriel I was the great lawmaker of the Septim dynasty and a promoter of independent organization and guilds. Under his kind but firm hand, the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild increased in prominence throughout Tamriel. His son and successor, Uriel II, reigned for 18 years, from the death of Uriel I in the Third Era 64 to Pelagius II's ascension in Third Era 82. Tragically, the rule of Uriel II was cursed with blights, plagues, and insurrections. Okay, so everything pretty much went well until Uriel II. The tenderness he inherited from his father did not serve Tamriel well, and little justice was done. Oops. Pelagius II inherited not only the throne from his father, but the debt from the latter's poor financial and judicial management. Pelagius dismissed all of the elder council and allowed only those willing to pay great sums to resume their seats. Ooh, that sounds like a bad idea. He encouraged similar acts among his vassals, the kings of Tamriel, and by the end of his 17-year reign, Tamriel had returned to prosperity. His critics, however, have suggested that any advisor possessed of wisdom but not of gold had been summarily ousted by Pelagius. This may have led to some of the troubles his son Antiochus faced when he in turn became emperor. Antiochus was certainly one of the more flamboyant members of the usually austere Septim family. He had numerous mistresses and nearly as many wives, and was renowned for the grandeur of his dress and his high good humor. So he was essentially the Henry VIII of Tamriel. Got it. Unfortunately, his reign was rife with civil war, surpassing even that of his grandfather Uriel II. The War of the Isle in the Third Era 110, 12 years after Antiochus resumed the throne, nearly took the province of Somerset Isle away from Tamriel. The united alliance of the kings of Somerset and Antiochus only managed to defeat King Orgum of the island kingdom of Pyandonia due to a freak storm. I have no idea where any of those places are, what any of them mean, how these are relevant to the story, etc. I have a feeling like this game was not made for people who use this as their entry into the Elder Scrolls series. Legend credits the Psychic Order of the Isle of Artaeum with the sorcery behind the Tempest. Honestly, this reads like somebody tried to let ChatGPT write background lore. I'm sorry. I'm probably breaking the hearts of some Elder Scrolls fans now. The story of Kintira II, heiress to her father Antiochus' throne, is certainly one of the saddest tales in imperial history. Her first cousin Uriel, son of the Queen Potema of Solitude, accused Kintira of being a bastard, alluding to the infamous decadence of the imperial city during her father's reign. When his accusation failed to stop her coronation, Uriel brought the support of several disgruntled kings of High Rock, Skyrim, and Morrowind, and with Queen Potema's assistance, he coordinated 3 attacks on the Septim Empire. There'll be a test at the end. My guardian, I hope not. If there will be, I will fail horribly. I'll be like, Antiochus II was the one at the Somerset Isle or something like that. I don't know, I don't remember. The first attack occurred in the Iliac Bay region, which separates High Rock and Hammerfell. Kintira's entourage was massacred and the Empress taken captive. For 2 years, Kintira II languished in an imperial prison believed to be somewhere in Glenpoint or Glenmoral before she was slain in her cell under mysterious circumstances. The second attack was on a series of imperial garrisons along the coastal Morrowind Islands. The Empress's consort, Contin Arings, fell defending the forts. The third and final attack was the siege of the imperial city itself, occurring after the Elder Council had split up the army to attack western High Rock and eastern Morrowind. The weakened government had little defense against Uriel's determined aggression and capitulated after only a fortnight of resistance. Uriel took the throne that same evening and proclaimed himself Uriel III, Emperor of Tamriel. The year was the Third Era 121. Thus began the War of the Red Diamond, described in Volume 2 of this series. Yeah, no. We're gonna sell this for coin at some point. Probably. Okay, I'm supposed to learn lockpicking or something like that. So let's take the lockpicks. The Book of the Dragonborn. By Prior Emmeline Madrine, Order of Talos, Vanon Priory. Year 360 of the Third Era, 21st of the reign of His Majesty Pelagius IV. Many people have heard the term Dragonborn. We are, of course, ruled by the Dragonborn Emperors, but the true meaning of the term is not commonly understood. For those of us in the Order of Talos, this is a subject near and dear to our hearts, and in this book I will attempt to illuminate the history and significance of those known as Dragonborn down through the ages. Most scholars agree that the term was first used in connection with the Covenant of Akatosh, and the Blessed Saint Alessia was given the Amulet of Kings, and the dragon fires in the Temple of the One were first lit. Akatosh, looking with pity upon the plight of men, drew precious blood from his own heart and blessed Saint Alessia with his blood of dragons, and made a covenant that so long as Alessia's generations were true to the dragon blood, Akatosh would endeavor to seal tight the gates of oblivion, and to deny the armies of Daedra and undead to their enemies, the Daedra-loving Aelids. Those blessed by Akatosh with the dragon blood became known more simply as Dragonborn. The connection with the rulers of the Empire was thus here from the beginning. Only those of dragon blood were able to wear the Amulet of Kings and light the dragon fires. All the legitimate rulers of the Empire have been Dragonborn, the emperors and empresses of the first Cyrodiilic Empire founded by Alessia, Reman of Cyrodiil and his heirs, and of course Tiber Septim and his heirs, down to our current emperor, His Majesty Pelagius Septim IV. Because of this connection with the emperors, however, the other significance of the Dragonborn has been obscured and largely forgotten by all but scholars and those of us dedicated to the service of the Blessed Talos, who was Tiber Septim. Very few realize that being Dragonborn is not a simple matter of heredity. Being the blessing of Akatosh himself, it is beyond our understanding exactly how and why it is bestowed. Those who become emperor and light the dragon fires are surely Dragonborn. The proof is in the wearing of the amulet and the lighting of the fires. But were they Dragonborn and thus able to do these things, or was the doing the sign of the blessing of Akatosh descending upon them? All that we can say is that it is both and neither, a divine mystery. The line of Septims have all been Dragonborn, and of course, which is one reason the simplistic notion of it being hereditary has become so commonplace. But we know for certain that the early Cyrodiilic rulers were not all related. There is also no evidence that Reman Cyrodiil was descended from Alessia, although there are many legends that would make it so, most of them dating from the time of Reman and likely attempts to legitimize his rule. We know that the Blades, usually thought of as the Emperor's bodyguards, originated in Akaviri crusaders who invaded Tamriel for obscure reasons in the late First Era. They appear to have been searching for a Dragonborn. The events at Pale Pass bear this out, and the Akaviri were the first to proclaim Reman Cyrodiil as Dragonborn. In fact, it was the Akaviri who did the most to promote his standing as emperor, although Reman himself never took that title in his lifetime. And of course there is no known hereditary connection between Tiber Septim and any of the previous Dragonborn rulers of Tamriel. Whether there can be more than one Dragonborn at any time is another mystery. The emperors have done their best to dismiss this notion, but of course the imperial succession itself means that at the very least there are two or more potential Dragonborn at any time, the current ruler and his or her heirs. The history of the Blades also hints at this, although little is known of their activities during the interregnum between Reman's empire and the rise of Tiber Septim. Many believe that the Blades continued to search out and guard those they believed were or might be Dragonborn during this time. Lastly, we come to the question of the true meaning of being Dragonborn. The connection with dragons is so obvious that it has almost been forgotten. In these days, when dragons are a distant memory, we literally have one attacking the castle right now. Also, I find it hilarious. We have a dragon attacking the castle and we're down here reading books. Like, we're taking a history lesson while there's literally a dragon fucking shit up on the surface. It's kind of hilarious. We forget that in the early days, being Dragonborn meant having the dragon blood. Some scholars believe that was meant quite literally, although the exact significance is not known. The Nords tell tales of dragonborn heroes who were great dragon slayers, able to steal the power of the dragons they killed. Indeed, it is well known that the Akaviri sought out and killed many dragons during their invasion, and there is some evidence that this continued after they became Riman Cyrodiil's dragon god. Again, the connection to dragon, the direct predecessor of the blades today. Let me just get some light reading done before getting back into the action. Yeah, it's like we're taking a break to browse through the encyclopedia while there's literally a dragon burning shit down upstairs. I leave you with what is known as the prophecy of the Dragonborn. It often said to originate in an Elder Scroll, here we go, although it is sometimes also attributed to the ancient Akaviri. Many have attempted to decipher it, and many have also believed that its omens had been fulfilled and that the advent of the last Dragonborn was at hand. I make no claims as an interpreter of prophecy, but it does suggest that the true significance of Akatosh's gift to mortal kind has yet to be fully understood. When misrule takes its place at the 8 corners of the world, when the brass tower walks and time is reshaped, when the thrice blessed fail and the red tower trembles, when the dragonborn ruler loses his throne and the white tower falls, when the snow tower lies sundered, kingless, bleeding, the world eater wakes and the wheel turns upon the last dragonborn. Okay. I have a distinct feeling that's gonna be us, even though we have had literally nothing to do with dragons so far. Aside from the fact that, you know, one of them saved us from execution, which was really nice of him. Let's try our hand at pickpocketing. I have no idea how this goes. Use mouse to rotate the lockpick, then W to rotate the lock. The closer the pick is to the correct position, the more the lock will rotate before the pick breaks. Only when it is in the correct position will the lock fully rotate and open. Okay. Oh. Oh. Whoops. What? Okay, that was incredibly weird. I just lost so many lockpicks. I don't even want to know. Yeah, I have 0 lockpicks left. Oh no, 12. Okay. Give me that gold, thank you. Spell tome, sparks. Hey, there's some gold left. Can I just take this? I can't pick up the last... Oh no, there it is. Come on, let me take the gold. Thank you. I'll take all that gold. I'll take the potion. Okay. Okay. Let's go. I think this way? Yeah.
There's no way out that way.
Let me see if I can... Oh. Oh, that was easy. Coin purse, thank you.